Welcome to Betty on the Go. I'm your host, Betty Gudel. We are live streaming here at the Accelerator, downtown, 720 Ouellette Street. If you're walking by, give us a wave. 2014 is coming up. There are a lot of new things that are going to be happening, and jobs. People could change careers probably about 5 to 7 times in their lifetime. Nancy Broderick from Trios College is going to be discussing the latest career and employment trends. Stay tuned.
Betty's on the go.
We're here with Nancy Broderick. She is the education consultant with Trios College. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you very much.
So, things are forever changing. Employment is changing. People supposedly change their job every 4.1 years. Supposedly, that's the medium. And you have to update your skills
Absolutely.
quite a bit.
Especially this day and age.
Yes. So what are the latest and most wonderful trends in employment and careers? If someone came to Trios College and they said, Nancy, I don't want to do this particular job anymore, and I want a job where my employment
It's going to be steady.
And it'll be easy for me to find some sort of employment, some sort of job.
Well, very often I ask people, are you coming here because you would like to work in a field that you have a passion for and you can afford to just work and enjoy it? Or are you coming for a reason such as providing for your family?
Oh, the other one is kind of like an artist, isn't it?
Exactly. And some people can afford to, take a course that they know there's part-time work in, and that's enough for them because that's what they enjoy. But others who are like laid-off workers, or people looking for jobs very seriously, there's a few areas in Windsor that are still doing quite well. One that I always have been recommending lately is supply chain and logistics. And this is a field where you can work anywhere like transportation, loss prevention, brokerage, dispatching, because supply chain logistics is the fastest growing field right now in Canada. And so Windsor too, being a border city, it's working quite well for us here too.
Excellent. And how is that with all the Heinz workers that are laid off? Are there jobs for them in this industry?
I would think very much so, because it deals with things like shipping and receiving. Anybody who's been in manufacturing already has the knowledge of it. Product coming in, it's about any kind of product coming into the country, into borders, how it's handled going from one area to another area. Full-time, the schooling is 4 hours a day, so it works around people who want to have a part-time job as well, and so a lot of people do. And there's also an internship, and it's a 4-month internship.
And is it a paid internship?
Well, if you come through different means, depending if you're second career, if you're OSAP, yes, it's covered for the full 50 weeks.
But an internship can also be looked at as free education and free training, really.
Absolutely. It gives the employer a chance to see, is this person reliable? Are they coming to work every day? Are they a team player? Are they someone who's going to go above and beyond? And a lot of our students, we actually right now have a 100% placement rate in this field. Yeah,
wow.
It's very
excellent.
It's doing very well. So when people come to me, whether you want to work in an office environment, like maybe a purchasing agent or customer service, it works there. Or if you're someone from a factory background, you want to work in shipping, receiving, inventory control, it's good for that as well. So it's really a broad field right across the board. And again, it's got the CIFA, the freight forwarding certification. So that's very important to be able to offer the certification to work in that field, because it is a government regulated program. It is accredited.
And that's almost a godsend. It truly is for the people who want to stay in Leamington, Windsor-Essex region. It gives them the opportunity to find different work, update their skills, and stay in the city and keep their house and their family together.
Yeah, and that's the most difficult part is, there's jobs across Canada, but most people don't want to relocate. So that is an area that they're having good success, finding jobs in this area, still not having to relocate. That's a big plus.
Now, what about kids getting out of high school and they come to you, they're not sure what they want to do?
Well, what we do is we talk to them, counsel them, find out what their passions are, what do you enjoy doing, what are your hobbies, what is your part-time job, because there's college, there's university, there's us private school, and we try and help them see which one would best fit them, depending what they're looking for. So, we do a testing to find out their levels, talk to them about their background. Some want healthcare. They're very compassionate people and they want to work in the field of helping people. So we would suggest healthcare. If you are interested in the law, we might suggest law clerk or paralegal, which is now also an accredited program through the government. And someone could start by working in a law office and work their way for 5-7 years and maybe decide to open their own business.
And then they have to come back to you and take some business courses.
Well, of course. And we do offer, accounting and payroll and business programs and all kinds of different things for whatever people are looking for. And we do see that. Sometimes we'll even do like custom blocks. So someone calls me up and says, Nancy, there's a new job posted at work. I need to learn simply accounting. So I'll say, well, it's a 2-week block. So that's what's kind of neat is 2 weeks.
Is great.
You can come to school. We'll charge you for that, your book. You come for 2 weeks, 4 hours a day. And then you can go and apply for that job because you now have the skills.
You have the credentials. Yeah. Wonderful.
So the one block at a time, the way we teach, it really comes in handy for a lot of people.
Otherwise, that same person might have to change careers. Wouldn't have the choice.
Yeah.
So, computer technology, you offer this also.
Yes.
And there are a lot of jobs in computer technology, I'm assuming, because that seems to be growing, and there's so many different...
Well, the thing is, all jobs now seem to require some technical knowledge. So even if you're not applying for a technical job, you must know how to use the computer and work out the bugs when you have an issue. And so we do like web design developing. Right now the hottest thing is mobile developing. So anybody who learns mobile apps, which we do teach, that there is a market for. It was gaming for a while, but gaming has so many different segments of programming and sound and visual and different blocks. And so really you work more in one area than someone who knows all about everything.
That's terrific, because there are a lot of kids out there who do not want to spend 4 years in college or 8 years in university, and their parents are terrified. Oh my gosh, what are they going to do?
Yep.
And technically they're great with computer. They can pick up all kinds of technology. That's wonderful for them.
Yeah, we have like the web design programming, and we have networking, which is all IT stuff about learning all about the servers and the routers and SQL and CCNA. And the nice thing is we are Microsoft certified as well, but they can write their certifications right at our college.
Nice.
And these certifications help them in the job market. That often you'll go apply for a job because the certifications are good worldwide. So even if you move to Japan and you have your A+ training, it's acceptable there. So that really is an asset too. So you can use it wherever you go. But that would be someone who wanted to work anywhere from computer repair, your own little business, to maybe working in an office environment and being the IT, the tech person.
Or creating websites for different businesses.
Absolutely.
Because every business requires a website,
Yes.
but not everybody wants to go into website.
Well, it looks like
design.
pretty pictures and everyone wants to do it till they find out the programming and the work behind it.
I know it.
And when you get into the programming, that's not so easy.
No, it's not.
But some people really have a knack for it, and yes, they pay very good money today. That's an area too where you can work like freelance or at home. Where
Exactly.
more and more people want to work from home for different reasons. That's an area too where you can do contract work from home, have your own business.
Now, second career programs, people lose their jobs.
Yes.
They go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I can't afford to go back to school. What am I going to do? They come and see you. And what is a second year or a second career program?
Well, the people in Windsor that you talk to, we have assessment offices. And that's the first place someone goes to talk to them and say, I've lost my job, can you help me go back to school? And they'll explain to you the steps such as putting in some time job searching, and then go to workshops and help them do a resume. And then they'll say to them, okay, you've been looking for 3 months or 6 months, there is no work, let's talk about school. So then that's when they come and see me and they say, I'm not really sure what I want to do. So our job is to talk to them, find out what background they came from, hopefully take the skill set they came with and build onto it. so that it's not something completely alien, that they feel more comfortable. And so they usually go to a couple of schools and get estimates. We do an entrance test, talk to them about what program. A lot of the ladies maybe came from a factory environment, but say, you know what, I don't want to do that now. I want to work a straight day shift. I want to come home to my family, and I'd like to work in a nice clean office. So, maybe we're looking at working in a doctor's office or a clinic. So, we put their package together with their book list and all the paperwork needed, and they take it back to their counselor to see if it's acceptable. So there's certain lengths of programs that they are allowed, and other students will say, well, I want the longer one, I'll pay the difference myself. So there's all kinds of different, we have a finance department to help out, we can help them with their OSAP if they decide to go that route. Second career is another one where our government is helping people, especially like you say with Heinz. I'm sure we don't know exactly what the package is going to be for them, if they're going to have to wait the 3 months waiting, use up severance. We're not sure yet how that's going to fall, but I'm sure we'll be seeing quite a few of them to help retrain to get back in the job market.
Now you also have a bursary. Explain how you would apply for this bursary.
Well, actually, we have a open house tomorrow evening from 5:30 to 7:30 in Windsor. And they will be offering the $500 bursary. Anyone who comes to the open house will be given a bursary, and if they decide to sign up for school, they can apply it to their schooling.
Oh my gosh, that's easy. I thought it was a whole bunch of paperwork.
No.
We're going to be right back with Nancy Broderick right after these messages. So don't forget to join the open house, and you're on Tecumseh Road East, right across from the Tecumseh Mall.
Directly in front of it, actually, same side, yeah.
Sure, and you can see the website right up there. And if you want to go to the website, it's www.trios.com.
Correct.
And if someone wants to make an appointment, can they set that up through the website, or do they need to call?
They can do it through the website, or they can call. The number's right on there as well, and that way we know how many people are coming. All our instructors will be there to talk to people. Our finance department will be there to talk to people. The other young ladies who do the job that I do to help you, see what kind of area you might be interested in going into. And so it's tomorrow evening, and then again, too, the bursary will be available.
I was going to say that's like just giving stuff away.
We have a few people from the second career who will be coming out because their program may be a little over the budget. Well, that $500 will make a big difference in bringing it down so that they can now afford it and make it better for them,
$500 is helpful in any kind of situation.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Education's expensive, but you want to make sure that you get your money's worth.
Talking about that, our Christmas season is coming up. Knowledge is the best gift that you can get anyone. So if you know someone in your life who wants to go back to school, is thinking of bettering themselves, but they don't really have a lot of funds, it would be really great to get them that as a gift and help them out. Or your teenager, or your wife, or your husband, etc., etc. That would be terrific to have your school paid for as a gift.
Yes, I mean, an education is something that will last you a lifetime.
Yes.
It's one of the biggest investments you make in your life. They talk about, your home and your education are the two largest investments that we make.
Oh, it's really is great for your psyche. Now, talking about careers that are really up and coming, we have such an aging population, especially in Windsor. Windsor is becoming known as the retirement capital.
Yes, it is.
So as we age, even though our knowledge becomes more broadened, our bodies start to break down a little bit. We need a little bit more help.
Yes.
So that's where PSW workers come in.
Yes, there's quite a few personal support worker programs. We have one that is nationally accredited. So that means they can work anywhere in Canada once they get their papers. But it too has the same thing. It's 5 hours a day of school, and then it's 12 weeks of on-the-job training.
Oh, that's terrific.
So yeah, and those are like 8-hour days. So it's like working. So you do 6 weeks in like a a retirement home facility, and another 6 weeks in like a nursing home, so that by the end of your program you write a final government exam, and you're then able to work in community, in rest homes, or even private duty. And there is still quite a bit of work in that field. The pay scale is quite good, and with, like you said, our aging population, we also have physiotherapy assistant, which is also doing well, because the same as what you were saying, we may get older, but unfortunately our body, it takes its toll, and people need to have help in various ways. Or Windsor really has a workplace injury is quite high here as well.
That's true.
So physiotherapy assistant is another program that's doing very well, and they're trained by a physiotherapist. They have on-the-job training also in that program, which most of our programs have, because again, like you say, it's nice to have a diploma, but then they say, do you have any experience? So when you can say, well, yes, I have a letter of recommendation from my internship, I put in so many hours, it makes a difference, and it really helps in the job market that's so tough to compete in.
And you get to work in the healthcare industry.
Yes, helping people, you know, so if you're compassionate and caring and you want to give something, you know, it's really a very good area.
And you can see how that's accelerating, because obviously our OHIP system too is declining a little bit. So they want you in and out of the hospital as fast as possible, and a lot of the care is post-op. It's afterwards.
Very much at home. So we do, like you say, a lot between, you know, St. Elizabeth and VON, and then long-term care facilities, and rest homes, and even just private duty people who want someone to come in a couple times a week and care for their aging parent. And there's always work in that field out there, and it's very rewarding. You know, when you know at the end of your day you made a big difference in someone's life, all you had to do was show up and say hello, and you made their day. You know,
that's gratifying.
And there's a lot of skills to, you know, the taking care of the elderly, and, you know, not just elderly, but any age group actually.
And and somebody who is maybe cannot take care of themselves because of a car accident. A plethora of things.
Yeah, whether it's temporary or long-term. But they need good, skilled, compassionate people to do the job.
Exactly, and responsible, because you're thinking of medications, so many different
avenues you can take.
Well, very, very good. So tomorrow, your open house again is
5:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
7610 Tecumseh Road East. And everyone is welcome, and you get the offer of a bursary should you decide to come out, $500, and have a look around the school. You're all welcome. There's, you know, education is a great thing, and you should always research all your options. You know, even when you think you know exactly what you want to do and where you want to go, it costs nothing to look, and it may save you a lot in the long run.
And the nice thing about your location is, if you do have to take public transportation, the buses are right there going everywhere.
Yes.
And there's a huge parking lot, and it's free parking.
Yes.
Hooray.
It is. And Tim Hortons is right there too.
Oh, hallelujah. And to come to the mall, you can do shopping, you can do your groceries. The only thing is, if you want Nancy to help you out with your education choice, she is going to be retiring.
Yes.
And she's retiring as of
tomorrow, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's actually trained someone very thoroughly. And what is her name?
Lisa.
Lisa.
The young lady, and there's another young lady, Laura, who also works in the same position I do.
Okay, so you can actually ask for Lisa and Laura, and you'll probably meet them tomorrow at the open house if you go.
It's a great school. We hear all the time we're like a family. You know, we have like 200 students, which is small compared to community colleges or university, but we care. So, you know, everyone helps you. You have lots of individual attention, you know, very good employees. The staff is wonderful. Anyone who's graduated, you ask them what they think, and they got the best of skills as well as made friends, and were well taken care of.
Oh, and also, did we mention that a lot of the education is fast-tracked? So instead of spending 3 or 4 years, you can do that in a year, right?
Correct.
And you're still accredited. Everything's still recognized by the government.
Yep, OSAP eligible, you know, financial help in any way. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been great. I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade granola bars that we don't bake. I was going, wow. That we don't bake, and there are no nuts. And they can be used for big girls or little girls going to school too, because we need nutrition, right?
Absolutely.
And they're very high in protein, high in fiber, and they take minutes to make. So stay tuned, and we're going to be right back. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you for
that
having
was great.
me. It was my pleasure.
And I learned so much about the education system. And it is true about the PSW workers. Wow.
Yes. Lots.
And that's great about the Heinz workers being able to do that because we are cross-border. Okay. Oh, we're still talking.
You're never quite sure when it's like done, but it's like,
Yeah,
okay, good,
yeah.
we're done now. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's funny because years ago I worked for Red Cross, and what did we do? But we made a video. First aid CPR, that's what I taught, and we had to make a video, and the idea of being in the camera was like,
Oh, help me.
yeah.
Okay.
She's ready?
Okay.
Don't let your business challenges intimidate you. In the Accelerator, you are not alone. With its state-of-the-art concept and location, you get the best environment to start your business. You have access to open desk or private offices for you to start your new business. Also, you have access to lounge, kitchen area, reception, meeting rooms to receive your clients, and support from entrepreneurs in residence and other entrepreneurs at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. By entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs. This is the place for your new business. Come and visit and see for yourself.
Okay, welcome back to Betty on the Go. I am going to be making some homemade granola bars. They're very, very easy. They're no bake. They don't have any sort of nuts in them. They're very, very high in protein, so all you bodybuilder guys, you don't have to eat all that fake stuff, those fake bars. And these are oats. So I'm going to be putting the ingredients, Alex will put up there after. So I'm going to be just putting 2 cups of oats. Plain oats. You don't have to measure precisely because if you have a little bit more, that's okay too. And I'm going to put all my dry ingredients together. And what I do is I love flax seeds because flax seeds, especially in the wintertime, are terrific for your skin and your hair, and for little kids who have problems going to the bathroom. So I put about a 1/4 cup of flax seeds, ground flax seeds. Again, you know what? I get a lot of this stuff at Costco because I buy in bulk and it's pretty inexpensive. And hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are really magnificently high in protein, and I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of these in as well. So a lot of great grains. Hemp hearts have tons of protein. Do you want to know how much protein they have per tablespoon? 3 tablespoons have 10 grams of protein.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that terrific? Oops, sorry. And pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds have 10 grams of protein for 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to put about 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds and 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds because we can't use nuts in school because of all the allergies, but pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds are totally acceptable.
Really?
Really.
So you can take this
And
to school?
yeah, you can take this to school. And if you do want to use nuts, because almonds are very high in protein, and walnuts are great, especially for expecting mothers. You can use those as well. I also use toasted wheat germ because toasted wheat germ has B vitamins. A lot of people are lacking in B vitamins, especially vegetarians. And women always need more vitamin B. So I just put about quarter of a cup, sorry. There we go. It doesn't matter if you take a little bit more. Fiber, we always need tons of fiber. Chia seeds have 6 grams of protein per quarter cup, so lots. And fiber, they have 14 grams per quarter of a cup.
Wow.
What chia seeds do, or chia, I don't know how you pronounce them, however you want, that's okay. What they do is they expand a little bit, so they make you feel fuller, and they take away your cravings, so now you're not hungry. These are terrific for kids because a lot of times kids have a hard time concentrating because they don't have a snack that keeps them full for a long time. They have a lot of sugars. Okay, so I'm going to take, you want to have a little bit of fruit too, of course, so I'm going to do half a cup. So let's do 2/4 cups here. You can do dried cranberries. You can do dried apricots if you want. Oh, and I also put a little bit of coconut. It's just non-flavored coconut. And again, probably about 1/4 of a cup. I'm not even going to measure because, that's about 1/4 of a cup. You should just be really happy when you're cooking.
You want to show the recipe?
Yeah, and Alex is going to show the recipe. And I actually pre-did this at home. And I'm going to show you what this is. I use about 3/4 of a cup of dates that are soaked for about an hour. And I blend them with coconut oil. Coconut oil is terrific. Talking about old age, it really helps with reducing dementia. It's the best cooking. It's wonderful for cooking foods at high temperatures. And then I also have 1/4 cup of maple syrup. You can use agave syrup, but I think maple syrup has been around for a long time. Why not, right? And I use 2 tablespoons of honey, because honey actually has a lot of inflammatory things as well. And so I just take that. Oh, and I also put, half a banana. Half a banana kind of gives it a little bit of flavoring. And I put that in a little food processor. And I just put that all together. And there we go. And I'm just mix everything up.
Wow.
And so you just mix it until you get almost like a dough. Oh, and I also added, I should have said cinnamon, about a teaspoon of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. You can even add cloves for Christmas and ginger. And I put in a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. You don't have to use pure if you don't want to.
Looks delicious.
It does. So what we're going to do, if we have time, is we just take this all in here like this. And we just make sure it's all mixed in nicely together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our little pan, and I just line it with parchment paper so it doesn't stick. I just make sure it's all mixed together. And then what you're going to do is, when it's all mixed together, you're going to press it down, and then you're going to put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. And then you put it in individual little packages or saran wrap. You cut the bars up when they're a little bit harder. And these are going to be chewy, so these are not, because they're not cooked. So everything is raw, because we all know that when you cook things as well, they lose a lot of their nutrients. So let me just get this mixed in. Alex, I should have had you mix this. You need some muscles. That's right. That's why you need the protein. Okay, there we go.
Wow.
There we go. And in 2 hours, you'll have beautiful granola bars. And if you were here, you could taste them, but you're not. Haha. Stay tuned to Betty on the Go next week. I am going to be having a special guest, Diane Bondy. She's changed the lives of many people. She has also personally been asked to go to the White House, and I will tell you more about her during the week.
Betty. Betty's on the go.
Yeah, I do. And I cook it. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and we do that too. Yeah.